back to building Endor in Lego. This is episode number 5. If this is your first time watching here, guys, check out the tag right now, link in the playlist, and of course the link in the description down below. This week, guys, we're going to be working a lot more on the actual pad portion of this, and we're going to be starting some of the trees and other stuff like that. So let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so starting off right away, as you guys know, the previous iteration of this mock only had 4 large Endor trees. If you guys want to see that, I'll link the cinematic version of the video just so you guys can see the previous version. But we actually want to make at least one more and make the other smaller tree a lot bigger. These trees are definitely going to be a little bit more sizable and have a lot more foliage on them as we've acquired more parts. So let's jump into a time lapse right now. Checking back in with you, we actually have a lot of progress to show you. My brother Joseph kind of spearheaded this mission. As you guys can tell, these are all the extra parts that we have left over. Maybe we'll be able to make another tree. I doubt it though, but definitely we were able to improve them and make several. So let's take a look at these actual trees. So as you guys can tell, there are 5 actual trees here. Definitely really awesome. This one is probably the only one that's really like a lot similar to the other one. And of course, right now they are barren. They do not have all of those tree pieces over there that you see over there. But those, of course, will be on. I'll kind of show you guys each one of these in depth right now. As you guys can tell from that little video here, we used some nougat and reddish brown pieces as well as some dark brown here to kind of create this really cool kind of texture on this tree. I really love this tree. In fact, I think this might be my new favorite one. So that's tree number 1 out of the way. Tree number 2 here is probably the most complex tree, at least without the kind of sniper nest there. And this tree has a lot of details surrounding it. We used definitely a lot of really cool pieces. Joseph was able to accomplish quite a lot with quite a little amount of brown actual brick. This one again uses some of that nougat color as well, and I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. Tree number 2 out of the way. Tree number 3 here is definitely probably the thinnest one. It's definitely the most narrow for sure. And this one uses a lot of just reddish brown with some of that nougat color mixed in. I really think it looks great. If you guys remember, this is actually the one with the speeder bike kind of crashed into it. My brother kind of reworked the design just to conserve some parts. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. This one's going to look great with a lot of tree limbs on it. That's tree number 3. Tree number 4 here. Again, this is another very narrow one, but I really like how this looks. Again, without the actual tree limb pieces on these kind of look really barren. But of course, they're all going to look like those ones with those limbs on it as well. But I'm very pleased with how this looks. There's also several crevices throughout the tree. And I'm really happy with how this one looks. And the last one, but certainly not the least, is the sniper nest tree. This one had to actually have some remodeling done to it. We actually kind of broke this top section. So don't worry, those other 2 trees are going to have those kind of like tree arch pieces here that we used to put tree limbs on. They will have it and there will be lots of detail. But this one's definitely going to be one of the highlights for this mock. We're definitely going to put it probably somewhere in this front section over here. And I'll get to this front section later on in the video. But yeah, guys, that is the trees. 5 trees is awesome. Definitely don't want to have too many because it may overcrowd the mock. Because I have to show you a very large structure very soon. But we're definitely very pleased with where we're at with this. Possibly we'll add more in the future. I don't know. But 5 for right now I think is going to be the limit, at least for right now. So now, guys, we have a lot to get into on this side of the mock. So the pad Technic structure has actually changed a lot. What we decided to do was actually use just 2 flat base plates here and kind of turn them on their side and create a Technic kind of frame underneath it. We also decided to kind of use brick here on the sides. You'll be able to see it a little bit better once we flip this over. But my brother Joseph has completely changed the Technic design to fit this exact structure. It is a lot stronger and more sturdy, of course, now that it is connected within the base plate system. So this is now just one solid piece that can be moved off and on as we need to. The top design still needs a lot more parts. I'm still waiting for a few parts to come in for that. That will definitely probably be in episode 6 and 7, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But now that I show you guys the kind of skeleton of this, I'm now going to get this on this landing pad for you, and we're going to check it out. Look at this, guys. This thing is an absolute behemoth of a landing pad. I must say, guys, this mock is turning out way better than I thought it would be. Just having this landing pad kind of complete. Of course, we still have to add a lot of the actual final details, like the tile that has to go in there. But looking at this like this, guys, it is absolutely insane. You guys can tell these trees are like 30 bricks high. It looks like nothing compared to that, and that is exactly how it was in the movie. The landing pad was just insanely tall and insanely big. So showing you guys around here, of course, the actual Technic frame, like you saw earlier, did change from before. We still have to add some snot bricks on top of this to kind of cover up the actual Technic pad. We do want to make it probably all black, just to kind of give it a really cool look. And we're also considering adding lights underneath here so that this will kind of shine lights down all around the landing pad. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. But we also added some greebling detail on this. I absolutely love what Joseph did here on the greebling detail. We actually had to remodel this a few times. I know you guys saw my landing pad design from, I believe, episode 4. That one had to be completely ripped up because we're actually going to be using this piece. As you guys can tell, this is a 6x6 gray tile piece. This is actually a lot more cost effective to buy more of these because we actually ran out of this tile. We can only even fill up barely even half of this base plate. So we also decided, as you guys can tell, to get rid of the orange that was on this. I think it was just a little bit too distracting for it. I think we might still have some studs here on the outline because we do have to tile up all this just to make sure that this is really secure. Because the way this base plate system works, this is actually not directly connected to the landing pad. It literally just rests on top of that Technic frame. So locking this in really securely around that frame is going to be a really important step. So we're definitely going to have to order a lot of these. I'm not really sure exactly how many. I do believe it's around like 25 or 26 of those. It's definitely a lot more cost effective than buying literally probably like 300 of these. Maybe a little bit less than that. But you guys can definitely tell I actually really like how that larger piece looks. We are going to go with the all gray look, and I think it's going to look fantastic. Other details you guys may have noticed on the other side here is that there's actually two kind of Technic structures kind of sticking out of here. No, that is not a mistake. That is actually on purpose. Looking at some kind of images of Endor, there's actually some lights on the sides of these. Of course, we still have to build those lights, but we also decided to take some creative liberty here and make a sort of crane system here. My brother Joseph was able to kind of ingeniously design this into this by building these kind of railing pieces with these Technic rods to create a kind of rail system here and a kind of pulley system. And this is going to be used to kind of pull up some cargo crates, maybe even a speeder or something like that. Definitely something really fun that we added to. Now, one thing you guys are probably itching to see is the actual shuttle on this landing pad. Now, if that doesn't scream Endor to you guys, I don't know what does. Once that's all tiled off, once we get those parts in from the pickabrick.com, this is going to look absolutely fantastic. My brother worked so hard on the pad design here. I'm really glad we were able to do that. Definitely really impressive what he was able to do with this. Definitely the largest update for us. Another thing I want to show you guys right now is actually an AT-AT kind of up to this. My one is actually broken, the larger one that we designed this for, but I'm going to show you guys another version just so you can see how actually tall this landing pad is. Alright guys, there it is. That is the 2014 AT-AT. Just so you guys give you some context, the other AT-AT is about this much taller than this one, so it's really not that much of a height difference. So as you guys can tell, the lining for these are pretty much almost identical to these kind of ports here. And the whole point of that is that these AT-ATs are supposed to be able to dock there and have troops kind of offload and unload there. So that is definitely something that we're really excited for, and this looks absolutely fantastic. Of course, the AT-AT in all reality will be in the other side of this mock, but I just wanted to show you guys that now because it actually is a little bit busy right now. I'm working a lot on the terrain surrounding that. But that is going to do it for this week, guys. This is definitely the most important week that we've had and the most improvement we've had definitely so far. This mock has been an absolute joy to build with my brother Joseph. Hope you guys are enjoying it. If you guys have any suggestions for what you want to see done, or if you have any kind of tips you want to give us about the actual landing pad structure here, let me know down below. Make sure you guys stay tuned for episode 6. I'm going to be covering a lot of the terrain work on this side of the mock, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And of course, if you're new here, consider subscribing. If you like my videos, comment down below. Check out my other stop motion videos and mock videos. And of course, I will see you guys on the next one.